if I start recording that now, just speak as loud as you can, just so we pick up, again, for our own information, just your thoughts about the lesson. Just very general question to begin with, kind of what did you enjoy about the lesson and why? Go on.
Well, our table, at the beginning, we did sort of find it quite challenging. We were a bit confused, but the more we thought about it, the more we were interested to sort of get it done. So, yeah, we were sort of mixed, at first a bit mixed emotions, but then it was all right.
Can you explain a bit more, or tell us a bit more about those mixed emotions at the beginning and why you had them?
Our table, we were a bit confused on what actually to do, because we were umming and ahhing about sort of this and then that, and yeah, just a bit.
Let's focus on that issue of confusion and why you were confused, and if other people want to chip in. I mean, did other people feel the same way at the start of the lesson, and why?
Yeah, because everyone was like, oh, are we using the wood or are we using the card? Or so everyone was like, oh, I don't want to do it. And then everyone's like, oh, yeah, we do. And then everyone's trying like, no, we should do this. No, we should do this. No, we have to do this. So everyone's like, oh. But then once we decided actually what we were going to do, it was fine-ish. Because everyone started to actually do their part, because some people didn't really like, they didn't get their idea chosen, let's say.
It was very hard because we didn't notice that everything was there. So we had to have something that pointed out to us because it was under everything. And we thought we all got the really rubbish things, but then once we got pointed out everything that was underneath everything, we actually made something that was actually okay.
Well, our group were kind of like arguing, not really arguing, but really disagreeing about what we should do, because some people wanted to do like something, but we didn't have enough material and like supplies, and then it was like we still find it quite hard because we like all tried to share the jobs, but then Ella ended up doing like the main making, and then we all did the facts, and then Serena did the sheet, the big sheet thing that she was meant to do, and then it kind of like didn't work out as good as we could have done it if we all just talked more about what we should do. Yeah, I liked the idea of it though. Well, at first I didn't, because I was like, this is going to be a bit boring. But it wasn't that bad.
What do you think the point of the lesson was?
I have no idea.
To show
Teamwork.
Yeah,
resilience,
creativity and the 4R thingy-majiggy.
Yeah.
About like working together and thinking about what you're doing, etc.
Can I just, how conscious have you been of that? Since learning more about the 4Rs from your drama lessons at the start of Year 7, how conscious have you been of that in your lessons generally?
Well, I think you share it like without noticing, because if you say something wrong, then you try and correct it. So that's resilience. And then, yeah.
But you're not necessarily thinking about the lessons that you had at the start of Year 7, or even using the planner's information in your planner.
No, that was just an idea
You
today.
just sort of do it without even really realising that you are. And like we'd go to a drama lesson and she'd be like, oh, have you done this? And you're like, oh yeah, we did do that actually, when we didn't even notice what we were.
I think you're doing it more now that you've learned that.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you think it's going to improve your learning as you go up in the school?
Well, we'll learn more about resilience and stuff, and then we'll have more opportunities in the school as well. So we'll be able to make a difference.
Are there any examples of where you think you've used some of those skills in today's lesson?
Working together and
Not giving up.
Yeah, definitely. And actually thinking what you're doing instead of just going, oh, just do it. You're thinking, oh, will that work? Do we have enough material to do that idea? Because probably if I was in like Year 6, I'd be like, oh, just do it. Just do it. It's fine. Just get it over with. And I probably would have just gone, oh. So probably we've definitely, I think most people have used it more. Now we've learnt it.
Yeah, the more our table sort of thought about it and spoke together as a team, we sort of thought, okay, we know what we're doing, so let's do it, more than just like all thinking of our own little things. It was better contributing together.
Which of those 4 R's then was particularly significant in your team? You said working as a team was really effective.
I can never say these words. Reciprocity.
That one.
Yeah.
Have you been taught skills in teamwork, or is it just something you think you're expected to do effectively?
Obviously, we've always got people saying yes, work as a team. Don't leave anyone out. Always stay together. But I think it is sort of a bit natural, because if one person's struggling, some people would naturally say, do you want help with that? Do you want to work with us? And I think that's sort of what we're used to.
I would like to know why, because I found it really interesting that I gave you materials on the table, like the plastics and the wood, because my idea was that you could touch it and talk about it and stuff like that, but you guys seem to want to make something. Why was that?
Because he has
Because we're really creative.
Yeah.
And because we didn't know that it was, because we've never done like RM or anything like that before, I haven't. We kind of like got a bit excited.
Yeah.
And we thought we were gonna like make something or.
Well, I think we could still make that
Yeah.
draw with all the questions in. That would be really cool.
Can I ask one last question then? Just to each of you, if you had to go away and tell somebody one thing that you learned from today's lesson, what would it be?
Don't give up.
That word.
Reciprocity.
So what have you learned about that then?
That I didn't know it was a word. I didn't know it meant teamwork and like working together, or like partnership, or like all them words like related to that. I didn't know.
Yeah, and
Could use it in the future.
yeah, and I learned that you can, if you really think about it, you can include everyone's ideas into just one
Thing.
then it doesn't cause arguments.
I think the better as you work together, like more and more, your ideas will form better, and you'll create better products as well.
Was there, just interesting last question on the sheet, was there anything you disliked about the lesson, or that you found frustrating?
Well, most people in our group didn't like it at first because there was hardly anything. But
What do you mean there was hardly anything?
it seemed like there was hardly anything because we couldn't with the plastic, we didn't know what to do with it because it just seemed like rubbish. But then once you got into it and realised what you could do with it, it got more interesting. But at the beginning, it was a bit frustrating.
I didn't like that we just got given it without like not knowing what we actually. Well, we knew what we had to do, but it wasn't like as clear, and then you had to kind of like work it out yourself.
You said you knew what you had to do, so just summarise, what did you have to do?
Well, we got told that we had to make like something for like revision for a test, an RM test, but that's not too specific. Yeah, that word.
But you just said it wasn't clear.
Yeah.
Do you mean that, or as you're saying, did you
Like,
just want to know more? Did you want more detail
Yeah, I wanted more detail because I didn't really.
in how to do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Because you're just giving it.
yeah, you're just giving it.
That's why
and
we
we're
got
like,
really excited, and then we
yeah.
could have had more time to just talk about it,
Yeah.
and then like more time trying to make it better.
Yeah, because in our group it kind of
Took over.
yeah. Someone's like, oh, do this, and we're like,
We
"Will that
tried to
work?"
make tried to make a box, but it turned out like
Yeah,
big.
we
That
tried
little
to make
box there.
we tried to do like a keyboard with the box on in with the lid, and it just failed epically. It didn't work. It just because we tried to do it with dominoes and stuff inside, but long story.
Does that matter? Does that matter that it didn't work?
I guess As long as we tried and we tried our best to do it, not really because you don't really have to use it. It's not like, oh, if I don't finish this, I won't, that world will end or something. If it was more important, it probably would have. But if it's just for to actually use your head, then it doesn't really matter as long as everyone tried their best and etc.
Thank you very much, girls. Can I have some lunch? All right.
Yeah, thanks, girls.
Thank you very much.